can't go to sleep on that Lamar fast break.
Mike Oliver's record set 30 years ago has gone by the board.
Oh.
Did he make the one-handed catch? Touchdown Cardinals!
That's Marcus
Jackson.
Yeah, the guys that were inside.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, for all you new guys, I'm Tick Price. I'm athletics coordinator here at the university. A lot of the things we do out of my office is community relations, community outreach. Every time I'm going to need you to go with me to make an appearance, sign autographs, speak to kids, talk to kids. Another part of my job is life skills to develop the student athlete off the field. So we'll have different speakers from time to time to come in to talk to you guys, to share information with you, to prepare you for life after sports. And with that being said, we have a guest speaker today, Michael Selly from Education First. No hold his part against him. He graduated from Texas A&M. Yeah, that's what I said. But he came in today. He's a native of Beaumont, but he loves the Cardinals. He comes to the games. Their company support Lamar Athletics. Actually, when you see that scoreboard out there, that big scoreboard, that Jumbotron, they donated it to your football program. But without further ado, I want to introduce to you Michael Selly.
Thank you guys, and I want to thank you all for letting me be here too also today. And I am a Cardinal at heart, and I also am an Aggie, you guys got to stick with that. All I do is press the space bar to make the change, right? Okay. Well, along with what Tick said, I am with Education First. I do community relations for them. And I'm here today to speak to you guys about a couple life skills that everybody's going to need as you grow older. You can use it in college, especially when you get to professional life. One of the life skills is going to be budgeting. You're going to need to know how to budget your money. If you just spend your money frivolously, don't track it, you're going to end up hurting yourself financially, without a doubt. And also making a spending plan. Those are two things that are very key whenever you start having some source of money come into your life. And if you stick to them, you won't have the troubles that you will if you don't. Some of the benefits will be better health, less stress, free time, and also just becoming a responsible adult financially. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next slide, which is going to be the starting lineup for the 2012 budgeting and spending plan. Okay? First up, we got Reggie Wilkes, like the Philadelphia Eagles, from 78 to 89. Okay? Wonderful football player. But he knew that there was going to be an end, and he had to do something after. So what did he do? He went from the gridiron to the boardroom. He now works for Merrill Lynch, and he manages over $200 million in assets. It's very impressive. And that's all from an athlete. He's just driven. He knew an objective he had to do, and he stuck to his goal and his plan, and see where he is today. Daryl Owens, T.O., we all know who T.O. is, right? Okay. Y'all think he's a good or a bad thing? Bad. Perfect. Okay. Daryl Owens made $80 million throughout his career, okay? Along with fathering children to 8 different women, and he spends over $40,000 a month alone on child support. So, on the fact of having financial troubles after his career, he had $80 million and he blew it off. He still has to pay that child support. He still has to support himself. And the extravagant living he has all these bills that he can't afford to pay now. So he's playing arena football, doing the best he can, which is good. He didn't give up. But that is all because of making the bad choices when it comes to spending and budgeting, okay? Third, Antoine Walker. Y'all know who that is? Got signed for a lot of money. Made $100 million over his career. He's even worse than T.O. He went through $100 million within his career. To me, that amazes me. I don't know how you can spend $100 million. Some of these guys spend $1 million in a day. It'd be fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just not smart, okay? And you want to be smart financially if you want to make that money last. Any money last for a period of time. Last, Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell, good Texas native. After retiring football, he went to the University of Texas, worked there for a while. Then he opened up his own Earl Campbell Meat Product. He was the president there. And then shortly after, he opened up his own barbecue restaurant in Austin in 1999. So all you got to do is have a goal and a dream what you want to do, and just be the professional you are at it, like you are in football today. All you guys are wonderful. I've been reading nothing but positive things about you guys, and y'all are going to have a good year this year. So just take what you know about football and apply it to whatever else it is you want to learn about. Y'all are unstoppable. Totally unstoppable. Y'all ever heard of Daryl Stucky? He's got a good story. I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. This slide right here, I just want to elaborate on what I was saying previously. There's a famous saying in the NCAA, there's over 400,000 student athletes, and most of y'all will go pro in something other than football. Y'all believe that that's partially true? All y'all will go pro in football, I hope, but if you don't, you're going to be a professional in the business world, okay? And so by doing that, this guy right here is a good example. He did go pro, but this guy had the most drive, and he did not give up. He stuck to his goals and dreams and did whatever it took. And so I'm going to go into the story about it. Daryl Stucky. Despite knowing about his junior year he had a chance to play in the NFL, he worked hard in class, earning a degree in communications, and right now he's 3 hours away from doubling in African American studies. He, in 2010, was drafted in the 4th round by the San Diego Chargers, signed a 4-year contract for $2.4 million, and at that time the average base salary for a rookie is $325,000. So he definitely did well for himself. He was careful to budget his mom's funds, and he also, one of his passions were his mother and his family. That was the first thing he wanted to take care of. And he finally got to reach that goal by the time he got to the NFL. But there's some things on this slide that y'all don't know. Daryl Stucky was in college for 5 years, okay? He could have graduated within 4 years, could have played football for 4 years. But he cared about his mother and his family so much that he sent part of his funds home during the year, because so his mother and his kin could get by. Well, it ended up hurting him so much financially to where he couldn't even live and play football. So he had to drop out, went back home, regathered himself, decided to create a plan, a budget, and a spending plan how to make it work. He was going to make it work. This guy was driven to make it to the NFL, okay? And so he budgeted and spent his money properly, went back to college, got his majors, played well in football, got drafted. So right there is a good story for all of you to know that as long as you're driven and determined, you can do whatever you want on the most minimal amount, that you have, okay? Moving on. This seminar objectives today. We're going to talk about how to understand steps of a spending plan, how to track your spending and find ways to save, such as leaks in your spending, frivolous spendings, the areas you can increase your actual savings per month. We're going to learn how to review progress and revise your goals. Okay? Goals are very important. You have goals in football, you need to have goals in life, you need to have goals in your financials, okay? And also, last but not least, you need to use your financial tools that are at hand to reach your goals. And one thing I'd like to say, since y'all are Lamar athletic football players, any of that means you'll have a wonderful opportunity here. You'll have great staff, great department, you'll have everything at your fingertips to create the best advantage you can have for your life after football, okay? So make sure you take advantage of that, guys. Everything's at your fingertips. You can do whatever you want. So ask yourself, do you spend more than you have each month? More money than you have each month? I see a nod back there. Okay. That's living at what you want to call an inflated income. It's not a bad thing. Some people do it. You don't know what the situations in people's lives are. If you have a hiccup, your car breaks down, you accidentally go out of town and left all the lights on in your house and the water running, and you got outrageous bills. Okay, so you never really know what situation a person's in. But if you do spend more than you have each month, that's a good indicator that you might want to make your own plan and budget. If you're living beyond your means, that also means the same thing. If you're going out and chasing women on the weekends, you know, eating out every night, that can be living beyond your means, you know. I'm not saying stay in every night, but, you know, be conservative about it. You charge items instead of save for them. How many of y'all here have a credit card? Okay. Do the majority of y'all charge instead of save for the things y'all want to buy for?
No, they already know.
Or do y'all use a credit card after, like, midway through the semester?
So what I do is, I charge it, right? And then when I get my scholarship check, I go pay it all off.
Well, what are you going to do after you pay it all off?
Then I
You
charge
got
it again. And then wait for my next scholarship check.
Okay, well, there's other ways to do that.
I'm building my credit.
You are building your credit, I'm proud of you, as long as you make your payments on time.
Yeah, they on
And
time.
see, it's hard to do that when you're a student athlete, with the amount of money y'all get in. And if you are diligent enough to make your payments and pay off what you do, and don't spend over the amount of money you're gonna make, you know, I'm not gonna advocate it, but then again, credit cards can be good, but they can also be very bad. I've seen a lot of people get in a lot of trouble with credit cards, and all they do is just increase their debt to where, you know, they got $20,000 worth of debt to pay off, and it's gonna take them 15 to 20 years, okay? So they're not bad, but let's stick to the budgeting and spending plan. If you can make the money that you receive, you know, work for the semester, then your goal is met. And I definitely think all y'all can. And spend uncontrollably. You know, you get your check in and you go to LaBerge with a couple of your guy friends, maybe some of the women, party it up, lose it all on the craps table. That's uncontrollably. Partying with Charlie Sheen, as I call it. Okay? What are the benefits? Okay, we covered some of the negative things, but the benefits. Benefits of managing your money, you're going to free up time. All of us could use free time. I know y'all could because y'all are extremely busy. Extremely busy. Y'all schedules are outrageous because you're football players and y'all can do that, and that's why you're here, right? Right. So this allows you to do things you enjoy. Benefits of managing money also creates less stress. Do any of y'all feel like y'all are stressed a lot during the week? Okay. Do you think financials might have a part to do with that? Because financials usually are a root cause for people's stress life. Like they really are. Whenever you're in a situation in life that is bad, or that you can remember of, what do you think is one of the causes or cause of stress? It's money. You know, your parents are worrying about, you know, if they can make the bill on time, or if you can keep the electricity on, or make the car payment. I mean, stress can cause a bunch of things, but finances can be the root of it the majority of the time. So, less stress equals better health. And of course, we want all y'all to be in good health. Because if you're not in good health, then you're not going to be playing football at the top you can. And I'm going to be out there on the first game day or beyond, and I expect all y'all to play the best y'all can. Because I'm ready for that first W. Also, achieving goals. When you achieve your goals, you create satisfaction. You feel good about yourself, right? You all have goals in football. Whenever you reach them, your coaches make you feel good about yourself. Well, you're going to be your own coach in this instance. And you're going to have greater control of your life. When you have great control, you have peace of mind. So if you want to relate it to football, and that's what I feel like I should relate it to football, just to make it easier to understand. When you have greater control on the football field, it's going to give your coach peace of mind. Okay? Because they're going to know that y'all are out there controlling the football field, doing y'all's plays y'all need to do, and getting it done, which is eventually going to end up in a W. If you achieve the goals the coach trains y'all on during the week, he's going to have satisfaction. So are you. If you have less stress, you're going to have better health. Therefore, you're not going to get hurt. The more time you have, that means you can do things you enjoy, such as lifting weights like this guy here on the screen that had in that picture. Because all y'all look like they lift a lot of weights. I'm glad I got you on my side. Okay, some smart financial plays, or smart plays for financial goals. Number one, the S. You want to be specific, okay, when you're creating a goal. You want to be measurable when creating your goal. You want to be adjustable, or be able to be adjustable. And also you want to be realistic. Lastly, time-oriented. So that's SMART. It's an acronym. And an acronym means the SMART stands for something else. Now here I have a little cheat sheet. Actually, I think I have it in my back pocket. Where's it at? Because it's a good relation. I wrote it up, and I couldn't really remember the whole thing about this. But I put up there play, okay? This is how you can relate the SMART to football, okay? You would be specific, okay? So to gain control of your finances, it's important to be specific with your financial goals. A good example to be a football play, like the one I have on the screen. And you want to know specifically what you have to do for the play, right? Each and every one of you during that play knows exactly what it is you're going to have to do, where you're going to go, who you're going to have to block, or who you're going to have to tackle, right? So that's specific. And now, when you're on the field and you want to get the play done during a reasonable amount of time, and you know exactly how many players are on the team, where they're at, that's measurable, okay? And so you're measurable. You can also call an audible if you need to make a change for the play. That's the adjustable part. You can make a change if you need to. And realistic. Your coach isn't going to call a Hail Mary first quarter whenever y'all just received kickoff, right? That's being realistic. You're going to run the right play. Don't think crazy. And time oriented. You have a certain amount of time to execute the play and achieve the goal. So be it first down or that touchdown. Do y'all understand what the SMART plays as far as relating to your finances go? Because I can give you another example that relates to money. But if y'all understand the relation between that and play, I can move on. Move on? All right. I'm going to be asking questions, so I'm better this man. Joke. Okay, so your spending plan, your budget part of your spending plan. It's like a blueprint for your day-to-day personal finances, okay? You get your schedule from the counselors that tells you what time you have class, and I'm sure the athletic department gives you a schedule as to what you got to do for y'all's football. So they give you like a blueprint. Well, you can also make a blueprint for your day-to-day finances, okay? It all starts with two key components. Whenever you're not in college, in my instance, it'd be income and expenses. In y'all's instance, it's money coming in and money going out. So y'all got this check, right? You got to actually look. A good way to do this would be to go to your bank, credit union, whichever it is, pull up your past 3 months, your 3 months spending on your check card, okay? That'll give you a good idea as to where your money goes, where you spend. Because a lot of times you don't even remember half the money you spent on, right? So you want to go back and look 3 months, get a good feel for where you're spending, where the money's going, and when the money's coming in. Because they have to equal each other. If they don't, you're not doing it properly. And you're going to find yourself in a hole. And it's hard to get out of a hole. Okay? Budgeting and spending is a lot like your GPA. Okay? You want to start off with a good GPA your freshman, sophomore year. Because if you start off with a bad GPA, you're fighting the rest of college to get that GPA up. So it's better to start off right than to start off wrong. Am I correct? Okay. See a couple heads nodding. It's good. Okay, so 5 steps to a successful spending plan. Number 1, you got to know how much money you have monthly. How many of you actually know how much you should spend each month? Wake up.
Notice that guy right there, man. Not just that. This guy right here. Wake up, man. Both of them.
Spending plan. Do y'all know and have a budget for each month? For each month, no? Well, that's good, because that's why I'm here today, and after, I can sit down with you if you really want me to, and work a spending and budgeting plan out for the semester, so you're not broke, okay? Yeah. That's literally why I'm here. I want to help you guys. So, you want to know how much money you have each month. You want to determine where your money goes. Like I said earlier, look at your past expenses to give you a good feel for where you stand. Such as a fixed expense, you got your car note, or you got some bills to pay. Something you can count on that is going to be the same amount each month. It's not going to change for a certain period of time. Do you understand that? So that's a fixed expense. variable expense. Could be something that you're paying on for 3 months and all of a sudden it goes away. And so that frees up money within your budgeting or spending plan. So then you have to figure out where that money's going to go. If you're going to save it, put it in the savings account. Or, you want to take a draw on the date that month, take a draw on the date that month. You don't have to feel bad about it or worry about your money, okay? Third, you want to balance your money coming in and going out. Like I said earlier, it's one of the most important things. You want to track your expenses and keep them equal. If they're not equal, you're starting to get in trouble. 4, review monthly the amount of money on hand and the money being spent. It's all about money coming in and going out, guys. Okay? So stay on top of it, because if you don't, like I said, you're going to dig yourself in a hole. And 5, manage your system. Manage your system as in 3 months down the line after you created your spending plan and budgeting plan. Look back, like I said for you to do now. Look at the change that has already happened from the plans you've made. If there isn't that much of a change, reevaluate things, spot some areas that need improvement, and then readjust your plan. It's simple. It really is, guys. And like I said, I'm here to help you get started. Some methods to track your spending. Who here tracks your spending at all? Get in the back. How do you track your spending?
My history of my bank account app.
That's a good way. It's a good way.
Check register.
Check register. See, that's very rare to see check register these days. So a lot of people like to use the online method. That's great, or a computer. Check registers, really good, because you actually see whenever your pen hits the paper exactly what you're spending and where you're spending it. I like that. And some other ways to track your methods, the receipt method. Anytime you make a purchase, take the receipt, put it in your pocket. When you get home, put it in the envelope, put it in your drawer. Every receipt though, kind of tough, it's an old school method, but it works. Use an account book or checkbook register, that's the same thing. A computer program. They have tons of free computer programs and iPhone apps that can help track your spending and even tell you where your money is going. I mean, these apps and technology nowadays do it for you pretty much. So look into that. I know you all got smartphones, majority of you. Online banking, that's another good one. Because when you do online banking, you can also work with your credit union or institution you're with about where you need to be if you need some help. Here's an example of a spending plan and balancing expenses. I pulled up off the internet just to give you an idea of what it should look like. Person receives income, they have it balanced out, 1st to the 15th and 16th to the 31st, okay? The stuff in the orange is their fixed expenses, their car notes, their loans they have out, their rent, electricity. Those are things they can count on. I call them the to-dos, okay? I have to-dos that I have to pay every month or else I have I'm gonna have an issue. They're gonna report that to my credit and it's gonna hurt myself financially. Stuff over here in the green, that's the variable stuff, the fun money, your miscellaneous spending, gas and groceries, okay? That changes month to month. So you have all this up here, you add it up, you figure out your totals, subtract that from your monthly cash on hand, and that's how much you have to either save or you just know you're doing good. Because if you're in the negative, the red, that's not good. And then if you want to call me then, I'll even still come help you, okay? I will. Moving on. So balancing income and expenses, or monthly money on hand and money going out. So your cash flow is the same thing. You want to allow yourself a certain amount of money per month. I don't know how much money y'all get for the checks, but you want to take that, divide it however many months it is going to be for the semester until you get your next check, and that's what you got per month, okay? And then you'll work from there. So the goal is to make money coming in, money going out be equal. It's as simple as that, okay? You want to review and communicate. And by meaning that, you want to continue to track your expenses. Never stop, because once you stop tracking, that's whenever the bad stuff's going to start happening. You're not going to know where you're going in life, where you're starting the trend in spending, your habits you're creating. It's just like living life in general. You don't want to steer off in the wrong direction and start going to the bar every night and drinking a lot, do you? No. You don't want to spend money frivolously every night, no. It's about your person. This is your character, being a part of your financials. It really is. And if you want to make a move after college, you get your first job, okay? You want to buy a new car, they're going to look at your credit report. And if you don't have a good credit report, they're not going to give you the money you're asking for, okay? So it all relates. Everything does. I'm telling you. Analyze and make changes to the plan. It's always good to review, analyze, and make changes. In a football game, I'm sure, whenever after the football game, the coaches get together, they analyze every part of the game, and then they come up with ways to improve. It's as simple as that. You do that with your financials. You stay on top, you track it, you analyze, and you make changes. If you need to. Then ask yourself at the end, does this plan fit the goals that I have? All y'all have goals, right? Hopefully. Okay. Well, make a goal where you want to be in 5 years, a year, and then make a financial goal, how you're going to get there, where you're going to be during that time period financially. That's going to help set you in the right path. You're going to have the right step. You're going to be more of an advantage than some of the other college athletes and even students, guys. You need to start now. I can't express how important it is. Some examples that drain your budget dry: parking tickets, late fees, ignored repairs in your car or in your dorm. I don't know if they charge you out there, but if you leave lights on, your electricity bill's going to go crazy. I do that a lot, and I definitely feel that effect. Quick car acceleration. I know some of you guys got some fast cars and like to, rev it up a bit. That burns a lot of gas. Don't do that, especially as expensive as gas is today. Eating out frequently. That's one thing I really enjoy. I'm a food fanatic, okay? But you've got to be able to control yourself, okay? Do it once a month. Create some kind of thing where you do it with a couple other teammates, but it's hard. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. It's sad. I love a good old steak or some chicken brown from Carrabba's, but I limit myself because I'll be broke by the end of the month if I do that too much, okay? So, I can understand that. Impulse shopping, that's another one that is hard for me to fight. I do fight it, and I am good at it, at not doing it. Because when you see something you want to buy, I know it's hard, but then incorporate that product into your plan. It's not going to take you long to save to buy it, Might be a month or two, but you're not going to get it instantly. It's the smart way of doing it, okay? Do you all agree or disagree? Agree. Are you not happy to agree?
It is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. And you have to stick to that's life, okay? If not, you're living in a dream. All right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna shoot you straight. Okay? Don't be falling. 5 minutes. We're close. So to develop a personal action plan now, all you got to do, guys, is what? You're gonna have your SMART financial goals, an acronym we talked about earlier. You're gonna track your spending. Most important, track that spending. Stay on top of yourself. Create a spending plan. You want to look back at your progress and adjust accordingly. And then review your spending plan monthly. If you do that, guys, you're not going to have a problem. You're not going to go broke mid-semester. You're not going to need cash. You're not going to have to go out and get a credit card. Once with the credit cards, make sure you make your payments, please. That's it. And thank you, guys. And look, be sure you don't know why the money you save after me talking to you today, don't spend it on women like this over there. There's tons of beautiful women over there, all right? Good luck.
Before you leave, I know you're going to be getting those Pell Grant checks. And that's one of the reasons why I brought Mike Sally in here, because I know some of you just go wild. Getting tattoos. I've seen guys come here with no tattoos. They leave, they have tattoos up and down their arm, on their neck. There's nothing wrong with tattoos, but you got to be careful about how many tattoos you put, because at some point you got to go to apply for a job, and they look at that. I mean, some guys, you go to interview, you're gonna have to have long sleeves. I'm just telling you. So don't wild out when you get your checks. All right, and please, if you don't have tattoos on your neck, don't put it on your neck, because once you go interview for the job, this guy go for a job and another guy goes with tattoos all over, he gonna get the job. I'm just telling you, it's about image and perception. So make sure, man, you're conscious of that. So, and I'm not just talking tattoos when you get those pair of grants, somebody go get rims. I saw one guy had a flat screen bigger than his room. I mean, he's balling. But you gotta be conscious of how you spend your money, okay? And I'm sure if you have any banking issues, Michael said will be glad to help you at Education First.
I'm gonna give Tick some of my cards. I've somehow forgot to bring my cards today. But like I said, guys, I swear to you, go to Tick, get my card, call me at any time. It's my cell phone's on there, so I'll have it with me at home, at work, or whatever. And I can come meet you up here, and we can work it out. Create your plan, create your budget, see where you stand. And even if you're in a hole, guys, right now, okay? If you're in a hole right now, contact me as soon as possible, okay? If you're already having some troubles financially, call me, please. Because I can point you in the right direction, set you on an action plan, and get you where you need to be. Because you don't want to start off wrong, okay? So please take me up on that and call me. I'll get you helped out. So guys, good luck, and I'll see y'all first home game.
All right, good luck, guys.
By the way, I don't have tattoos on you.
Oh man, he gave me some great information about saving money, how to budget your money or whatnot. Well, I noticed right now after talking to him, we spend our money a lot at this level very carelessly, and he's teaching us ways how to save your money and budget right. Oh yeah, it made me think 3 or 4 times about my financial situation, because me, myself personally, I have little ones, I have 2 little ones, so I know I have to be able to balance my money and get my money in order better than other guys that don't have kids. Yes, it's going to make me make a couple changes in my financial habits. I know I eat out a lot, and that money is getting spent. I probably spend over $200 a month in just eating out, so I'm going to cut back on that. That's one of the things I'm going to cut back on.
I learned a whole lot. It's very important to budget your money and keep track of your expenses because at this day and age, it's easy to go out and blow all sorts of money super easy. So, really learning and taking in all the information really did help. Sometimes it does. You always take a step back and wonder if you can save more money, or can you fluctuate in this area or that area. So it does. It kind of makes you take a step back and really evaluate your situation. For me personally, it will. I think I do need to budget. Just because saving the max amount of money a month, in the end it will help, and I think a lot of the guys probably hit home a little better for them. So I think it's extremely important for everybody to hear it, and so hopefully it makes some changes.
The presentation was about creating budgeting plans and spending plans for the semester, long term for the year, or even possibly for over a year. These athletes are going to be going into their professional careers, be it professional sports or business professionals, and so they're going to need to actually know some of these important life skills to enable themselves to become responsible financial adults. Well, football creates a lot of good qualities within an athlete. So they're respectable, they're time-oriented, they know how to get stuff done. It's just about redirecting their attention into their financials, They're really driven people. They're really great athletes. As long as we can get them driven and passionate about their financials and starting early, there won't be issues in the future. It's really not a mistake. It's just the lack of education from many areas. I mean, it's not a school's fault. It's not a university's fault. But, it's just something that is lacking. And that's one of the parts that Education First, we've been here for over 50 years across the street from campus, and we try to educate. That's one of our main goals, is educating students, teachers, athletes. Everybody can better themselves by being educated, not just the athletes. It's never too old, too young to get started. So that's why we're here.